Spurgeon here with RevZilla to talk to you about the Rukka GTX 3 chamber gloves available at RevZilla.com. So what you're getting with the new GTX 3 chambers is a light update over the previous version. It's still that lobster-style glove to maximize warmth. The reason you're doing this is you can actually feed off the body heat. Those fingers sit inside. They sit right next to each other. There is a thin layer of insulation that actually works between both of the fingers on either of the lobster claws inside the glove. But by designing it in this fashion, you actually maximize the warmth of the glove on the inside. Now, the main changes that we've seen over the previous version, in addition to the light style update, looks a little bit more mature, a little bit more modern, you're going to now have a larger visor wipe. So they've actually about doubled the size of the visor wipe for those of you out there that need to windshield your visor off. The other thing that we saw here is they've eliminated the hard palm slider. Now, this can be seen as either a good thing or a bad thing. They removed the hard palm slider for maximized comfort for those of you touring riders out there, but the problem is you don't get that extra layer of protection if you do have a crash. So, as we break this down, the prices increased $30 over the previous version. We're now up to around the $160 price point. It is still a full GORE-TEX glove, and sizes will range from a 7 to a 13. And this is going to fit about a size larger than what we've typically seen from Rukka. I'm wearing a size 10 right now. I would normally be a size 11 in Rukka. If you're looking at other brands out there to compare against, in a Dainese European style glove, I'm typically a 2XL, and a American style glove from like Climb or Icon, I'm typically an XL, and in this glove, I am wearing a size 10. Now, there is one color available. It is the black with the Papa High Viz on the back of the hand. And again, you'll notice if you're looking at the previous version, the style has changed. You're still getting the pops reflectivity over the back of the hand. It just looks a little more refined from a style standpoint. Starting with the back of the glove and working our way through. Full textile design, it is a polyfill insulation, and it is a full GORE-TEX liner. Remember, with GORE-TEX, it's maximized waterproof protection as well as breathability. So if your hand begins to sweat, the sweat is wicked away and pulled out. The last thing you want to do is have moisture sitting against your hand, which can cause you to get cold even though you're wearing a fully insulated glove. One of the things that I like is that the cuff on this, very easy pull. You'll notice that the actual slider for this has a little piece of cloth around it that locks it into place. So I can easily open it up, but if I want to pull it down, it's a single pull in one hand, and it locks that down into place. Accordion stretch at the back of the hand with an additional Velcro closure at the wrist, maximizing the security of the glove on your hand, while the top of the cuff on this makes sure no moisture is pushing down in. No hard knuckle protection or anything like that on the back. As it works its way down, you are going to have leather working its way around the fingers, in addition to that textile that you're going to see. As we pull this around to the inside, you are going to have full textile construction on the inside as well, swaths of leather for extra impact protection. And like I said earlier, you do have that additional inch to the visor wipe now, making sure that you can easily clean your face shield off if it's pouring down rain. Wrapping things up, like I said, there is no longer that hard slider of protection at the palm. You now have just an extra layer of leather there with some ribs to the leather itself. It's just embossed there with 4 ribs to the stripe of the leather. And then as we wrap things out, you will notice there's that little extra TPR rubberized pull to where that closure is going to be on the wrist. So really what you're seeing are some light updates to the old GTX 3 chamber gloves. Still going to be the same components for the core of it, but they've just refined it a little bit from the previous version. Now, there's a lot of riders out there that really enjoyed utilizing the previous version, and if you want to hear what riders have to say about the new version, it's time to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting this pair of gloves through their paces. If you have more questions for one of our gear geeks as to which pair of gloves is right for you and your riding style, never hesitate to give them a shout at 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Rukka GTX 3 chamber gloves. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.